Hi, Yorktown. It's Supervisor Matt Slater. Thank you for joining us for our first episode of Chat with Matt. With so much noise and news and 24-hour media and social media, it's hard to know what's really going on in our community. And we are working on such great things for you, the residents of Yorktown. And so I want to take a moment to have a quick chat and let you know about some of the things that are happening in our community. And of course, we're going to start with COVID-19, this terrible virus that our community has endured for the last about 18 months now. And I'm very happy to say that yet again, just today, we had 0 new cases in the town of Yorktown. Our active caseload is only 2, which is so far from where we once were just a few months ago and even last spring. And we've done such a great job. You have done such a great job getting us to this really important point. And really, it wouldn't have been possible without our frontliners. And I really want to thank them all. Whether you work in our community or just live in our community, our frontliners have played a pivotal role in making sure that we were able to combat COVID-19 and get us to a point where we can return to a sense of normalcy within our community. So to all of our frontliners, our doctors, our medical professionals, our medical researchers who made the vaccine remotely possible, to all of our first responders, our police, our firefighters, of course our ambulance corps, both Mohegan and the Yorktown Volunteer Ambulance Corps, just a big thank you to all of you and our teachers and our nurses, because without you we wouldn't be here. But we are here and we are doing some great things for the town of Yorktown. And I want to brief you quickly on our last town board meeting. On July 6th, we were able to take a very important step forward with the Halleck's Mills Sewer District extension. This has been going on for nearly 25 years, a generation that Yorktown's been trying to expand the Halleck's Mills Sewer District. And just this Tuesday, we closed our public hearing, passed some very important and procedurally necessary resolutions to establish the district, and now we are waiting for our partners at the county level to take some of the necessary steps so that we can then put our application in for review with the New York State Comptroller. This is a $14.3 million project. The Westchester County has $10 million in East of Hudson funds that it's been holding for us to get to this point. And we're not stopping there. We're working with our partners on the federal and state level to try to access more grant money, more infrastructure money to make this project possible. Also, at our July 6th meeting, we added some very important professionals to our staff here in Yorktown. We added an additional traffic consultant, the Transpo Group, and as everyone may recall, we already brought on the Schwartz Group, so we will have 2 traffic consultants servicing the town of Yorktown, protecting the interests of the town of Yorktown, and trying to help us work with the Department of Transportation of New York State to make our state corridors more accessible and user-friendly. Those include Route 202, Route 118, Route 6. Basically, anything with a number on it is a state road. And we all know, especially those traveling the 202 corridors and the 118 corridors, that there are enhancements that are needed. And so we're hoping by working with our transportation consultants and in conjunction with New York State and the state's Department of Transportation that we can take those important steps forward. We also added 2 environmental consultants to our staff, that being Barton and LaJudas and Weston and Sampson. Very similar to the transportation consultants, our environmental consultants will be reviewing the applications coming before the town, making sure that our wetlands are protected, that our woodlands are protected, and of course that Yorktown is living by its motto of progress with preservation. Recently, we also received our audit report from O'Connor Davies. That is the company that does the annual audit report for the town of Yorktown. And we received very high marks. And I want to thank our entire finance department for their strong work during this past year, a year defined by COVID-19. And of course, our comptroller, Pat Caparel, who led the way and really helped us get to a really important milestone. We actually cut budgeted spending by $4.1 million last year, and we increased our general fund balance, which is really like our savings account, by $3.3 million. So really what I'm telling you is fiscally and financially, the town of Yorktown is very strong. And again, I want to thank our staff and the town board for helping us get to this point.
Basically, just to give you an overview, the audit went very well. The town is in good financial position. And I'm just going to go over some of the highlights of the financial statements. And with everything within this PowerPoint is in your hardbound copy of the financial statements.
Recently, we also established a new committee, and we've been hearing nothing but rave reviews about taking this important step in recognizing individuals with disabilities. And we are doing this by the establishment of the Accessibilities Committee, something I'm very passionate about and this town is very passionate about. And this committee will be reviewing all of our town facilities, from our parks to our buildings, any potential applications that come across the desk here, to make sure that residents of all abilities are going to be able to enjoy the great assets that the town of Yorktown has to offer, whether up at Granite Knolls or whether here at Town Hall. This is something that we all need to take very seriously and take the steps we need to make sure that people of all abilities have the same access to the services that the town has provided. As in that same light, one of the things that we are very happy to say is that our adaptive playground that's going to be at Granite Knolls Sports Complex. And by the way, if you haven't been to Granite Knolls Sports Complex, I've heard from many residents who still can't find it. It's right on Stony Street, and it is, in my opinion, one of the premier municipal sports complexes you can find, not just in Westchester County, not just in Hudson Valley, but in the entire state of New York and possibly the entire Northeast, because it is wonderful. And we're going to make it even better by adding an adaptive playground, thanks to the partnership of Senator Pete Harckham, our New York State Senator, who secured a $250,000 state grant that's going to pay for the equipment and installation. And we expect now this to take place following Labor Day. And this adaptive playground is a playground for children of all abilities to use, and we are very excited to finally make this a reality in the town of Yorktown. Once again, I do want to thank Diana Quast, our town clerk, who was instrumental in getting all of the paperwork approved by the state of New York, and for finally having us receive the necessary paperwork to initiate and execute this important grant. But for the residents of Yorktown and the children of Yorktown, this will be a great addition to an already fantastic sports complex. A quick update on Hill Boulevard on the north side of town. As everyone recalls, the town between Hill Boulevard and Veterans Road replaced 2 culverts, which are really bridges, in the town of Yorktown this year. That's over $3 million infrastructure improvement projects, thanks to, again, more money from the state that we received a number of years ago. The Hill Boulevard project is expected to be completed and the road to be opened by the week of July 26th. That'll be the last week in July. So I know a lot of our residents on the north side of town, especially the residents of Jefferson Village and our friends over the Jefferson Valley Mall, continue to ask when this road will once again be opened. And that date, again, is expected to be the week of July 26th. And they've done a great job with that project. Our town pools are open. Our Sparkle Lake, one of my favorite places in town, is open. You can jump on the YorktownNY.org website for all the information you need on how to purchase your pool pass. Again, Sparkle Lake is open to our residents. No permit or pass is necessary. You can just come with your license that will be checked by our staff, and you can enjoy one of our great natural assets here in the town of Yorktown. Supervisor Matt Slater out here at Junior Lake Pool. Joined by our town clerk, Diana Quast, our Parks and Rec Superintendent, Jim Moderano, our Assistant Parks and Rec Superintendent, Dan Wilzeski. There we go. Dan the man, as I call him, the Councilman, Ed Lachterman. So this is going to be our first weekend with both pools open in more than a year, which is awesome. As everyone remembers, last year Junior Lake Pool was not open. That was due to some construction delays that was COVID related. But this year, happy to be right back here at Junior Lake Pool, where, as you can see behind us, and Dan's going to jump in 2 seconds. Right, Dan? We've got both pools open, as well as the water slide back in action. So we're very, very excited to welcome our residents back to our great facilities here at Junior Lake Pool. And again,
at the Slavin Aquatic Center. As a reminder, there was that issue last week at Slavin Aquatic Center, but we got very, very lucky, and thanks to our terrific park staff, the Slavin Aquatic Center is still going to be able to be open tomorrow.
Yep.
So we're very happy about that. Jim, anything you want to let folks know about some of the new procedures and protocols?
Yeah,
and,
I'm going to let Dan
how to
speak
get a
on
pass?
I'm going to let Dan speak on some of the procedures as you come in. But if anyone out there has not gotten a pass yet, please come online to our website at yourtownny.org/Parks and Recreation, and go on our Community Pass portion of the website. You can get your pass at home, and then just come in and get your picture taken. We're open actually this weekend, this Saturday, from 10:30 to 2 o'clock. So if you want to get your picture taken,
And that's the Parks and Rec office located at Sparkle Lake.
That's correct.
Okay.
And our normal hours to get your picture taken and get your pass is 10 to 4 p.m. on the weekdays, but also on Tuesday and Wednesday night from 6 to 8 o'clock you can come in. So a lot of those working families that don't have the opportunity to come during the day, they can come in those evenings to get their passes.
Awesome. So Dan, why don't you tell us about some of the new protocols and procedures that are COVID related, just so people get used to coming into the pool again?
Yeah, sure. So we are looking forward to welcoming everybody back. Obviously, priority is always keeping everyone safe. So when you come to the pool, the first thing you're going to see is one of these QR codes. If you have a smartphone, you could just scan it. It's going to ask you a couple of questions just about COVID-19, which we're probably all used to at this point. Just fill that out on your phone. We get all your information, and then you're welcome to come in. We will have some modifications in place in terms of markings on the ground, just to make sure everybody's keeping their social distance and making sure everybody's safe. But yeah, hopefully we're going to have a great summer going forward.
It's great. I know last year over at Slavin we had the social distancing circles,
Right.
So we're going to have a modified version of that this year. Last year at Slavin, if you were in your social distancing circle, you did not need to wear a mask.
Correct. That's so
But if
correct.
you were going to the bathroom or somewhere like that, then you had to wear one. Has any of that changed?
That's still going to be the case. If you are going into an inside portion of the facility, such as a bathroom, you will still need your mask on. And due to the Department of Health, there's going to be an entrance and an exit that are separate. So just be aware of that. And because of that, both concessions this year will not be available, because we'll be using the concession area as an entrance-exit
Are
point.
people allowed to bring in their own food and beverage then?
Yes, but absolutely no glass.
No
Please
glass,
do not-
no alcohol.
Yes, correct.
But
And
you can-
that's standard every year.
Yep. But you can bring in your own food. You can bring in your own,
Correct.
juice for your kids or
Yeah.
sodas or whatever it might be, waters, and you can bring your own cooler into the pool.
Absolutely, and something that we're doing differently this year than last, we will have dining areas for you to have some food and eat at, which we didn't have last year. But we will be disinfecting those areas within the hour.
Okay, great. Other last question for you is about guest passes.
Yep.
There's been some changes in that as well. Do you want to just let folks know where we stand right now? Because we're working with the Department of Health on this based on their protocol.
With restrictions of how many people we can have at the facility, we are not allowing guest passes at this time. But really, we want to allow guest passes because, one, it helps our residents enjoy the pool even more, and two, it's a little bit more revenue that we get every year. So we really want to get that going, but until we get clarification from the Department of Health if we can have more people within the facility, we're not allowing guests at this time. Our biggest priority is allowing the residents to enjoy the pool every day. So until we can expand the amount of people in the facility.
Capacity in the pool facilities.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, Jim, would kids' parties be allowed per se, or is
That's the same situation as the guest policy at this juncture. We're hoping to allow that because, once again, that's another great event that the residents can utilize this pool facility. But at this time, we're not allowing that at the moment. And then, do you want to talk about the adjusted weekend and holiday hours? Did you mention that before?
Yeah, so another thing that we're doing in our effort to give our members priority usage of the pool, and also to be a little bit safer, is on weekends and holidays we will be closing for 1 hour in the middle of the day. So we're breaking up the day into 2 swimming sessions. The first one is going to be from 11 a.m. when the facility opens until 2:30 p.m. The second one will be 3:30 p.m. until 7 p.m. when the facilities close. In that hour in between, we're going to take that time to do some sterilization and sanitizing around the facility. And we also we're encouraging families who are using the facilities to only attend either the morning or the afternoon, and this way that'll give everybody who has a pool permit the opportunity.
Do they have to reserve in advance?
There's no reservations. Okay. It'll be first come, first serve, and you don't have to get there right when the session starts either. Okay. You can, if you're only using the pool for an hour, you can come anytime during one of those sessions and just stay for an hour.
Great. Awesome.
And once again, that could be revisited if the Department of Health says that we can operate
based
at
on the
full capacity.
guidelines that we're getting from the health department. That's great. Councilman Lackner, anything you want to say?
I'm just really upset at the fact that the water slide is open. It opened after my daughter was coming to the pool, and now I can't go on it because I don't have my pass yet. So we're going to talk.
All right, great.
But it's great. Yorktown is such a family-friendly town. It's a great community to be in, and we have a wonderful Parks and Recreation department. You guys work endlessly to keep up our fields, our pools, the lakes. It's just amazing. So, thank you guys, and thank the entire team for us. Really.
Definitely have to give a big thank you to Barry Gelbman and Dominic Monopoly, our foreman and assistant foreman, and their crew to make this place as beautiful as it is, and Shrub Oak and the other 30-plus parks that we have in town. So,
that's right.
Thank you to our parks crew.
That's right. Well, Yorktown, it's going to be a hot weekend. It's supposed to be a beautiful weekend, and our pools are open. So go get your pass, hop online, call over to the Parks Department, and all the information we talked about is located on the town's website.
Correct.
At the Parks Department site. So yorktownny.org. You can go to the Parks and Rec Department, and you can get all the information there. But this weekend, again, we got Junior Lake Pool, we got the Slavin Aquatic Center. Both are open. Come on down, enjoy some of our great facilities. And again, to our Parks and Rec Department and our park staff, just a great job. And again, this is just another step forward. Last year we only had one open. Many people felt at least some sense of normalcy. So now that we have both of our pools that are open this year, again, taking those steps to get closer and closer to having that fun and normal summer. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Yorktown. It's Supervisor Matt Slater out here at one of my favorite spots in town, Sparkle Lake. Joined by our town clerk, Diana Quas. We have our Parks and Rec Superintendent, Jim Mortirano. We have our Assistant Superintendent, Dan the Man Olzeski.
There you go. You got it.
Woo! Nailed it. And of course, Councilman Ed Lachterman with us. We are here and very excited because starting tomorrow, 10 a.m., it's a day like today, Sparkle Lake is open for the season. And it's in a very exciting time, and it really does signify for the town of Yorktown that summer is here, right?
Absolutely.
Jim, why don't you tell us some of the rules of Sparkle Lake and why people should come down and experience it?
Our park staff have been working tirelessly to get this lake open. It looks gorgeous. We're open tomorrow at 10 a.m. and every day after that until the end of August. So definitely come back tomorrow with the family. As far as restrictions with COVID, there's not much as there were last year. Just make sure that you do bring in your ID. That has always been required. You do have to be a town resident to be here at Sparkle Lake, so make sure you bring in your license with your address of your town here. But as far as COVID restrictions, just make sure you bring a mask. When you do use the bathrooms inside, we do ask you to put that mask on while you're indoors. And trying to keep your social distance from other families that may be here. If you could set up 6 feet away, that'd be most ideal.
Question that I've already have received: visitors.
Yep.
Can residents bring visitors with them to Sparkle Lake?
As long as they're with a party with someone with ID that
Is a
lives
Yorktown
in the town,
resident.
they can bring a few guests.
Okay.
Try
great.
to limit that to 4 people at the moment.
And has our visitor policy changed for any of our pools?
The visitor policy has changed a little bit at the moment because we are still working with the county on loosening some restrictions.
Yep.
We are allowing for caregivers to come in as a guest. So if your son came, but you couldn't be there, but there's a family member or someone over the age of 18, he could bring that caregiver for $12 as a guest.
Okay.
To help people that need that help with caregiving for the children.
Great.
So we are allowing that at the moment. We're looking to loosen more guest policies at the pools, but we'll definitely get that on our Facebook and let everyone know once that happens.
Great. And Dan, why don't you talk to us about some of the activities that people can do here at Sparkle Lake?
No, anything you could do at a beach anywhere. I mean, you come and swim and build sandcastles, do whatever you want, whatever makes you
You got
happy.
fishing,
There's fishing also.
great fishing.
Eventually, we are going to open our new kayak rack, so
Awesome.
residents will be able to store their kayaks here. And hopefully in the future, not too much longer, residents will even be able to rent kayaks here.
Awesome. That's
so
great.
We're certainly looking forward to that. And, not every town in Westchester has a beach like this. So this is really something special for Yorktown. And we hope everybody comes out and takes advantage of that.
How about paddle boards? Have you ever had a paddleboard out?
You want to bring your paddleboard out?
I'll
Bring
wear a
your-
suit and I'll bring the paddleboard. What do you say?
Absolutely.
Right?
As long as we can take a lot of pictures.
Awesome, that's great. Councilman Lackton, why don't you tell folks where Sparkle Lake is in case they don't know, and if you have any words you want to share.
Sure. So we're on Granite Springs Road. It's really right off where Granite Springs turns, and you go down Broad Street of Granite Springs, you make the left, and you come right down here. There's a nice little clubhouse building with our restrooms. And what else did you want me to tell you?
Do you have any other comments that you wanted to provide?
Yeah, you know what? I always like this beach. It's really nice. It's tranquil. It's a great place to bring the kids and just hang out for the day. So I hope that our residents take advantage of this great resource. And I know we're working on all of our waterfront revitalization, which this is on point for that as well. And it's just so great to have all of this at your fingertips. Please take advantage. Come on down and enjoy. Have a great summer.
Awesome. Diana, our town clerk.
Sparkle Lake is one of Yorktown's hidden gems, so come on down and enjoy it. It's a great place, just like these young men here are playing in the sand. It's a great place to bring your children. It's a great place to hang out.
Awesome.
And lastly, speaking of our website, I really want to encourage everyone, if you can, please utilize the community calendar. One of the things that we did last year, we actually revamped our entire town website, actually our entire footprint on the internet, including social media. But our town website now has this fantastic community calendar that we really want to use as the community calendar for all of our residents. And so if you're looking for things to do, if you want to know what's going on in town, if you want to know when there's meetings, whether it's the town board, the planning board, the conservation board, if you want to know when our next outdoor movie is going to be hosted, and that's going to be over at Veterans Field on July 22nd. You can come watch Aquaman at 8:30. All that will be found on the community calendar right on the town's homepage. That's yorktownny.org. Even our civic organizations like the Lions Club, who puts on fantastic and free summer concerts, you'll find those on there. There's new events going on at the Jefferson Valley Mall, like their Brews and Tunes. You can find the details about that on there. And so I encourage all of our residents, yorktownny.org, check out the community calendar and enjoy the wonderful events that you can find here in the town of Yorktown. And with that, this concludes our first chat with Matt. I really want to hear from you. So please, if you have any questions or concerns or ideas, know that I'm here. Know that my office is here to hear and listen to you, to address your concerns, to answer your questions, and to field your ideas. You can call us at 914-962-5722, extension 200. That's my direct line. Or you can always email me at mslater@yorktownny.org. It's a great town to live in. It's a great town to work and raise your family in. We are unleashing the full potential of the town of Yorktown with your help. And it's been very challenging past 18 months, but now we're looking forward to moving Yorktown in the right direction. And with your help, I know that we can do it. So stay in touch, stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much, Yorktown.